This video is recorded on location at Mood Comics and Games. Hello and welcome to Game 1 between Steve playing Jund and Will, our King of the Hill, playing Esper. Steve plays an Overgrown Tomb followed by an Elvish Mystic. Will plays in Temple of Enlightenment and keeps it on top. Steve plays a Mountain and follows it up with a Domri Raid. Will plays a Hallowed Fountain. Steve plays a Forest followed by a Reaper of the Wilds. He then +1s Domri and reveals a Scavenging Ooze. Will plays an Island and follows it up with a Detention Sphere. Steve plays a Mountain and attacks with the Reaper of the Wilds. Will plays an untapped Hallowed Fountain and casts a Supreme Verdict. Steve plays a Temple of Abandon and puts it at the bottom. Steve plays a Fanatic of Xenagos and Will pays a Tribute. Will plays an Island. Steve attacks for 4. Steve plays a Scavenging Ooze, which is met with a Dissolve. Will keeps it on top. Steve plays a Sylvan Caryatid. Will plays a Supreme Verdict. He then plays a Temple of Silence, keeping it on top. Steve plays a Xenagos God of Revels. Will plays a Mutavault and follows it up with a Detention Sphere. Steve plays a Mistcutter Hydra for 4 and attacks. Will plays a Temple of Deceit and puts it at the bottom. Steve plays a Xenagos God of Revels, which is met with a Syncopate. He then attacks for 4, which is met with a Doomblade by Will. Will plays a Jace and uses his -2 ability. He reveals an Island, a Syncopate, and a Far and Away. Steve separates the Far and Away and Will puts it at the bottom. Steve put down Forest and casts a Sylvan Caryatid. Will uses Jace's -2 ability and reveals a Dissolve and 2 lands. Steve separates the lands and Will puts them at the bottom. Steve plays a Domri Raid, which is met with a Dissolve. Will puts it at the bottom. Will plays a Godless Shrine. Steve plays a Forest. Will just passes. Steve plays a Blood Crypt. And at the beginning of the end step, Will Sphinx Revs for 7. Will plays a Mutavault and passes. Steve puts down an Overgrown Tomb. Will plays a Temple of Deceit and puts it at the bottom. Steve plays a Stomping Ground. Will plays an Elspeth and uses her +1 ability. Steve plays a Reaper of the Wilds. He then casts a Garruk Caller of the Beast, which is met with the Syncopate. Will casts Supreme Verdict and +1s Elspeth. He plays a Temple of Silence and puts it at the bottom. Steve plays a Blood Crypt. Will attacks for 3. He then +1s Elspeth. He plays a Temple of Silence and scries it to the bottom. Steve casts a Domri Raid and is met with the Dissolve. He keeps it on top. Will ultimates Elspeth and attacks for lethal. Remember to like and subscribe for more Friday Night Magics coming your way.